Hey, come on. Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Hey, welcome to Starfield. So this is our new game. Let's try to make our character and see if we can get it as close to our Fallout 4 character as we can. Alright, so thank you for joining. For those of you who watched the Starfield, the Fallout 4 playthrough, thank you for joining us here. And for those who are new and just like Starfield, welcome also.
Well, you got the sample. Client's on his way, then we all get paid. You remember anything that happened? Easy there, high flyer. Probably just the endorphins kicking in when you passed out. Don't go having an experience on me. You'll walk it off. More importantly, we got what we were looking for.
All this trouble for that stupid thing? Huh, sure don't look like much.
Never mind what it looks like. It's worth more than this mine has pulled in all month. We'll be... Speak of the devil.
So for the purposes of our playthrough, we're going to ignore all that stuff, and we're going to pretend that they found our pod floating through space and freed us.
Constellation contact is on approach.
And somehow...
The Explorers group?
Somehow we made it from the universe of Fallout into the universe of
Not a
Starfield.
joke. You're just too young to know better.
Hey, I'm just saying they got a reputation. Hell, I bet half the crew here doesn't even believe they really exist.
Half the crew doesn't believe Earth exists, but it's still there. Same with Constellation.
Yeah, but come on. Exploring space? Who does that anymore? Ain't the space we've already got complicated enough?
Not to them, apparently.
Yeah, when this game came out, I was so excited
All right,
to have like a
Dusty.
new...
Airlock. Put your helmet on.
I was so excited to have like a new Bethesda game. And I played it a bunch and I really liked it. But then it kind of fell off, you know? I did basically all I could do. Their promises of DLC kind of fell flat. And the game kind of I just kind of ignored it. But now it's been, I don't know, it's probably been, I mean, it's been 2 years, I think, since it came out. And I think it's been 1 year maybe since I played it last. So I'm pretty excited to start a new playthrough. And yeah, I'm going to try to focus on the missions. I'm going to play through the story. And I'm going to try to be kind of choosy about which missions and factions I play through and stuff like that. But I'm pretty excited. I'm really hoping that the levels aren't too bad. The volume that I'm hearing is pretty loud, but the levels that I'm seeing on my recording software aren't too bad. It's nice. It's new and updated, but it's still kind of familiar. There's like some parts of it that are very Fallout-y.
Yes, it has. That mine on Bendy, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral contract. Your tastes are a bit more sophisticated now, huh?
So, you found something?
Right here. The new girl found it.
That right. And everything went cool? Just like grabbing those minerals on Bendy?
Kazal, and no Barrett, not cool. She passed out after the
I
extraction.
love Barrett.
Woke up saying all kinds of nonsense.
Is that right? Went on a trip, huh? That fun, huh? Not the most gentle push into the great mysteries of space, but hey, been there.
Look, just hand over the credits, and I'll be happy to never see this thing, or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business.
Barrett, the scanners on the frontier are reporting a ship coming in hot from orbit.
I really thought I lost them.
Barrett?
Oh, shit! That's the Crimson Fleet!
So this game has really great gunplay. One thing it doesn't have, and it took me a minute to get used to back when I played it the first time, is the lack of the VATS system. So that was the system that we used in Fallout 4 that would kind of like slow down time and let us like aim individually at enemies and stuff like that. So it doesn't have it here. So that makes the battling a little more, a little less forgiving. Ooh. But the fighting is really great though. So one thing I didn't like about this game was like every kind of like bullet you can find, basically there'll be like two guns that shoot it. And one is like always the clear winner over the other, which is frustrating. So you end up like leaving a lot of guns in the dust. Like the second you find the better version of it, you really don't need the other one anymore. The other thing too is weight. Weight in this game is brutal. So I'm going to try to be pretty strategic with what I pick up and what I don't pick up. I'll pick up everything that I remember has value. The other thing about this... Oh.
Ran straight at those pirates like it was nothing.
The other thing too about this game is it's funny. The things in Fallout 4 that were valuable and that you wanted to pick up basically
Better not be coming out of our pay.
no longer have value. So like you'll see rolls of duct tape or vacuum tape, I guess. And then you'll pick up all the duct tape in this game, and then you find out that it's basically useless, which is pretty funny. Whoop, okay. B in the last game brought up your inventory, but in this game it is not B anymore. Let's go see what Barrett has to say.
Of course, Barrett.
Well, that was some fine work under pressure. You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions? You're coming with me to Constellation. You're part of this now. Nothing wrong with honest work. Although, yes. See your point.
Oh, no, Barrett. No. You think you're just going to take off after the mess you caused?
Oh, right. I guess I did just put you all on the Crimson Fleet hit list. How about I stay and I send your Dusty here in my place? I know, but she's not some miner anymore, Lynn. Soon as she touched that rock, something changed. Don't tell me you can't feel it.
Fine. It's a deal. Get out of here, Dusty. You're on to bigger things. Just go. Before I say something I regret.
Well, now that that's settled. Vasco, get her to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay? Protocol Indigo.
Indigo. Again. Very well.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there. And it even tells the time. Hey, look at that. The watch fits you perfectly. Now, questions? Technically, it's not even mine. Consider it a loan. Vasco will keep you on course. Besides, I'm making an exception since you can tell Constellation about that vision you had. They're just following the loot, like pirates do. And I have something of a reputation as a loot collector. Come on. You're really not at all curious about that light and music show you experienced? Why it only affected you? Because if you didn't notice, we've all been handling it since with no problem. The way I see it, Constellation needs that artifact, but they also need you. This mystery is only getting bigger each step we take. And you're part of it now. And Vasco, don't let her break my ship.
So now we are an ex-lawyer who lived through the nuclear holocaust, who was frozen, tried to save the Commonwealth, sort of failed, but sort of succeeded too, I guess.
Captain, I'll be in the external robotics.
Only to be frozen again, and now we're in the future in space, and we're stealing a ship.
Captain, I assume you know how to fly a Class A starship. As Barrett likes to say, it's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shields, just in case there are any difficulties.
I love all the detail that they put into this.
Shields ready. The rest is up to you.
But we're nothing if not resilient. What could go wrong, she said. Alright, so I'm gonna have to remember.
Now that we are in orbit, it might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are not on the verge of catastrophic failure. I can step you through the entire process, or if you're already an experienced pilot, just power up all the systems and we'll be on our way.
Cool. Alright, so select ship systems, allocate power. Yeah, I remember all that for the most part. Select a system. Yep, I already did that. Oh, weird. It like undid the things I already did. Alright, so grav drive. Yep.
You've proven an adequate pilot.
Oh,
Are you
thank you.
familiar with ship combat tactics? Because that's a Crimson Fleet ship bringing its weapons to bear.
So one thing I forget is how to shoot.
We will need to disable their shields. Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective.
Taking fire!
If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline.
The space battles in this game are pretty fun. So, yeah, this was a... Yeah, the third-person view was pretty fun, too.
2 more Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
Alright, so first we're going to want to shoot them with laser beams to get their shields down. And then ballistic missiles and bullets.
Not like we're running anyway.
To blow them up. Cool. One thing I'm looking forward to is you can actually like disable their engines, and then you can
Crimson Fleet hostility
board them.
far more than anticipated. At this rate, the odds of continual assault from their ships are high enough to jeopardize our mission. In short, they are after the frontier,
And then we
will
can
not stop.
pirate
We will
their
need
stuff
to
off of them.
deal with the local Crimson Fleet captain. A recent scan indicates an abandoned facility on the nearby moon of Crete, a perfect staging area for pirates.
So yeah, this game, I think this game was too ambitious. I want to say that it was 100 solar systems, each with like roughly 10 planets. I think it was like 1,000 planets total.
We have arrived in orbit. The abandoned
And it's really
facility
pretty.
where our Crimson Fleet captain is on the surface.
But planet view of the star map gives you information about the environments, so you can scan them, and that'll tell you where different. So if we land, like, there's a whole like, much like there was the system to build like settlements in Fallout 4. They brought that into this game. I think it's worse in this game, to be honest. But there's all like resources that you can set up mining equipment for and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. And scanning it gives you like a little look into what a planet is. So like we know that this one's a rock planet. It has half gravity. I think we can, yeah, standard O2, so we can breathe without a helmet on here. And then there's 3 different types of plants and 3 different types of animals here. So that's all that does. But it also gives you like point of interest that you can land at. So we are going to land here. And we're going to go attack this pirate base so that they don't keep trying to attack us. But as I was saying before, I don't know if they should have did 100
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
planetary systems. I think was way too much. I think they should have did like 10 systems with like 10 planets each, so 100. I think they really could have handcrafted the planets a little bit better. Because in this game, the big thing was that a lot of the planets were procedurally generated.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
And a lot of them ended up being pretty bland by because of it, which was too bad. Alright, so we have a mining site and a science outpost. So we have a whole bunch of different stuff on this planet, which is cool. But it's all about like landing and scanning. Deserted bunker. It's kind of far away, but maybe we'll go check that out.
Be careful, Captain. Alien creatures are often unpredictable. Defeat them.
Okay, I don't like that guy. Ooh. And then if you like scan enough wildlife, you get bonuses. And if you scan enough plants, like you'll get bonuses, and you'll learn that you can use like their parts for crafting and stuff like that, which is cool. Well, my health is low. Oops. And I'm gonna hit B in order to open up my inventory a lot. But it's cool. There's like a whole bunch of there's like a perk tree just like in Fallout 4, and we can level up and get new perks and kind of fine tune our character to what we want it to be. The weapon crafting system was pretty decent. Still not as good as Fallout 4
The
though.
Crimson Fleet is a confederation of smaller, independent pirate crews, all flying under the same banner. They are typically unscrupulous and violent.
I feel like typically there were some enemies out here. It's fun with the half gravity. You can jump super high and stuff. I usually don't like running with a companion in any of the Bethesda games, but I don't think we can tell Vasco to leave yet. He's a pretty good companion to have, but I like to try to be a little sneakier, I think, usually, and he'll just blast, like, you know, if he sees an enemy, like he's shooting. So
Curious, these are United Colonies markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility.
but in typical Bethesda fashion, there's like, you know, a million little things that they've modeled and created. There's a bunch of books that you can get. There's like a book vendor that you can sell them to, and like rare books that are from, like, you know, the olden times and stuff. Ooh. So there's a whole mystery surrounding the heat leeches that we'll get into eventually too. But most of the stuff that you can pick up, I think, in this game ends up being kind of useless, which is sad. You can use it to like decorate your ship, or, you know, if you end up building a home, you can decorate that and stuff. you can never go wrong with just free money or also those like digipicks. They are the lock-picking minigame in this. So like in Fallout 4, we had our little bobby pin and our screwdriver. But in this game it's different. And it's okay like the first couple times you do it, but toward the end of the playthrough, I almost like gave up on lock-picking entirely. But I'm sure we'll get a chance to show that off. Yeah, it's funny. I like forget what like most of this stuff even does. I know some of the stuff is like useless, and I know some of it's for manufacturing, so I'll try to pick up the stuff that I remember. Polytextile. Yeah, I wish I could tell Vasco to leave, but he'll be helpful in a few minutes. But I think I'm going to try to stick to the same format that I had in Fallout 4. I'll play for like an hour per episode. I'll try to have like a common goal, and I'll just try to see how far I can get to achieving that goal. But if anybody has any suggestions, or if like you'd rather see me try to put more effort into editing and stuff like that, like I'll give it a shot. I don't know, like I don't really, it's not that I don't enjoy editing, I'm just not sure if I'm really good at it. But I guess much like anything, I would get better with it over time, right? But one thing I would really like in this playthrough is, I don't know, I want to figure out what it takes to get like some more interaction with viewers. Like,
I am picking up faint signs of life in the area.
because I think out of everything that I did in the Fallout 4 playthrough, I think what I enjoyed the most was like interacting with the comments. Ooh, I remember one thing they added in this game that wasn't originally in the game was you could only pick up food. But then they added an eat button, so yeah, so we can just eat food right off the tables. That was like the nicest little quality of life addition back when this game came out. Having to like pick up a whole bunch of food and then go into your menu only to eat it was really not great. Yeah, the guns feel great in this game though. Alright, Vasco, let's go. Thank you. Thinking about my character like putting themselves to sleep only to wake up in the future and like picking up a gun again makes me think of that. Makes me think of that Grand Theft Auto meme. Here we go again. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the first time I played this, I didn't realize. Yeah, some of these entries in the computer are kind of like little Easter eggs into the future. Giant space lobsters.
Put something in a cage until it kills you. One more time.
Here's an example of the hacking minigame. Alright, so you just want to like line up these slots so like I can tell that this one goes here, but like on the more complex locks, like maybe I might want to use this one somewhere else too. So there's like multiple ways to finish these. Yeah, see, for instance, if I use this one here, then I'll have these two slots at the top open, but I'll have nothing to fill them with. So instead, I think we want to do this one and this one. So like usually I'll set them up before actually hitting enter. That way I don't waste any time. So like I know now if I use these two, I'll open it up. And then that leaves us with this one. But toward the end, like some of the locks are like 5 circles deep, which it just gets kind of boring. Skip shots, cool. So this is pretty cool. It does. So this is our first legendary, which like 30 minutes into the first playthrough seems a bit much. But this randomly applies bleed. It does more damage to robots. Every 4th shot fires. That's kind of neat. Oh, I did it again. I hit B to open up our. So let's try to favorite that, and yeah, let's see. Yeah, we only have 18 bullets for it. Shielded lab outfit. And there's like all different little outfits that you can wear that give you different bonuses. Oh, so we want to go this way. So we heard some people talking. I'm not sure where they are. I think they're in the room. They're probably in front of us, but they might be over here to the right also. Yeah, the atmosphere in this game is fantastic. Right now, I'm just picking up anything that's like a food healing item. The food doesn't heal you terribly a lot, but it heals you enough that it's worth picking them up. Also, there's all different sorts of injuries you can get. Like we can see there's like a red triangle under treatment. So that is, yeah, so like we'll get hurt and it'll tell us like that we have a contusion or a laceration or a puncture. And the only thing that'll heal it is one of these. So picking up all the different healing items is also pretty important. So that's another Eon pistol, and then our first Grendel. So the Grendel, and this is kind of what I was saying. I did it again. So the Eon, that was the first gun that we got, and it shoots 7.77 millimeter ammo. But then we got a Grendel, and it's an SMG, and it also shoots 7.77. So basically, like, once you get your first Grendel, there's no reason to use the Eon, almost at all. And I don't know, I just think it kind of takes away from it. The gun models are so good, though. I don't know if the glossy, like, gold bits are coming through the stream well, but yeah, they're really great. But, I mean, the only reason I guess you would even want to use the Eon is, like, if you didn't have a whole bunch of bullets. I mean, I guess granted this one does only 3 physical damage, but it's more of a, you know, DPS versus damage sort of deal. So we'll still keep on using the Eon for now. The other thing too is, since you, like, once you get one Eon, you almost never have to pick up another one unless your whole deal is like selling them. At a base level at least. They do start rolling with like their own little unique modifiers, which is handy. I should actually favorite the Grendel just to have it. So now we have Oh man, I'm gonna like put a sticky note on my monitor that the letter button B on the controller is no longer. Alright, so we have some grenades too now, which is cool. So I think we have an inherent bonus to ballistic weapons. So like anything that shoots like real bullets. Cool. Already leveled up.
I detect no suspicious activity in the area.
And this has like a really satisfying level up noise, just like in Fallout.
Whoa, where'd they go?
Wow, that was the luckiest grenade throw of my life. Alright, so we don't want anything melee. Melee is pretty useless. I do think there's actually a pretty cool, like, katana ninja sword thing that you can pick up, though. So these dead scientist bodies always, like, have decent amount of money on them, which is helpful.
Waste of time.
Heal paste, I think, is one of those things that can heal different parts of your body. I'm gonna change my gun back just because we don't have a lot of bullets for that laser gun. The corpses are like, they went really gross with the corpses for some reason. I mean, not that a corpse is
No longer detecting signs of life from the enemy.
not disgusting, but all right. So I'm gonna just stop picking up maelstroms at this point. This is the other thing too. So we just got a gun called the Rattler, and the Rattler is another. It's another pistol. It shoots .27 ammo, and it's basically worse than the Eon in every way. And I don't know why you would ever pick that. They just made they made the weirdest little decisions with the way some of the guns are like split up and like what roles they fill. But I think maybe there are perks that like make you better with different manufacturers and stuff. So maybe it's just like a preference thing. Another laser weapon. Yeah, the storytelling in like the levels is pretty great though. Like it really makes you wonder like what they were up to here. You know, they have all these like aliens like stuck in little tubes and like they're clearly doing experiments on them and stuff. But from there sometimes like it just falls flat. I don't know, I'd love to hear like what other people think. But I feel like it's a pretty common feeling amongst people who are fans of this game or have played the game or whatever. Pharmaceutical lab. So I don't think we can use that yet. I don't think we have any perks that allow us to build anything in the pharmaceutical lab.
Listen up. Someone's trying to jump our school. Hold them off here while Brogan's... I'm on it. No one's getting through.
I thought I was being sneaky, but apparently I went the way that they wanted us to go. wonder if those guys will come down and try to find me.
There you are.
Okay. Ooh. I love the little damage numbers that fly up.
Peace is no longer a viable option.
I love that. And I love it even more when they get stuck in the ceiling. Alright, so we ran a little bit ahead. We're going to have to backtrack a tiny bit just to make sure. I really don't like missing any little nooks or crannies, so let's see what if we missed anything. So I think we found a hazmat suit and we took it already, but I don't think that they work in the same way the hazmat suit worked in... Oh, you know what? I thought this was a door, but this is just a little weird bathroom thing. I don't think the hazmat suits work in this game the way that they worked in Fallout 4. I think it might be good to have one, but it's not really like the end of the world like it was in Fallout 4. I think our like spacesuit thing does the bulk of our protection. Yeah, out of any of the junk, the only thing that you really want to pick up is something that has like a really low weight to value ratio. I feel like that's like a pretty common way to think about most games that have loot in them, but I think it's especially true in this game. Because some things are just like obscenely heavy, but then they're worth nothing, and then you end up being all full up on stuff that you don't even need. So another lockpick. So that one works. So like that one works, but then we would have nothing for the bottom left two at like the 7 o'clock position. So we're gonna have to figure out. Yeah, see this one. That one work. And then those two work. But then if you get too deep and then you have to back out because you messed up, I think it eats one of those digipicks. And that can be pretty frustrating. So the terminals I think I'm gonna ignore. Or maybe I'll read that one at least, but I feel like usually they don't have anything really worth it in them. I'll definitely take the grenades, but the frag mines I think I'll take only to sell again. Or sell in the future, rather. Alright, so that one doesn't work at all. Yeah, I think you can see what I mean. It's like, I'm already bored with the lockpicking. Oh, that's cool. We got a suppressed one. Yeah, we're on our third lockpick, and I don't want to do the lockpick anymore. So we can't make a suppressed Eon yet, so I'll overwrite our favorite with the suppressed version. And all that stuff is like randomly generated, so you know, we could have gotten anything in that little box. So earlier, those the raiders were like playing a recording, and it sounded like one of the animals or aliens that these scientists were researching got loose and killed everyone. And then the raiders landed here later on and kind of set up shop among the ruins. Personally, I think I would have cleaned up the dead bodies and not hung out with them. But maybe that's what sets me apart from being a raider, I guess. I love like all the little signs and stuff. It really gives you the feeling that these bases were lived in.
It's loose. The terramorph is loose. We can't stop it. When we tried to sync with the neural control interface, it just completely flipped out. Broke through its containment chamber like it was made out of paper. It killed Michelson, Cobb, and Sumatri in all of 1 minute. I'm not even sure where it is now. It took off deeper into the facility. A security detail went in after it, but good friggin' luck. When I know it's safe, I'm going to make a run for the comm relay. Try to call in the cavalry. This is Hayden Wynn, lead xenobiologist. Wishing he had gone to dentist school like his parents wanted. It's loose. The terramorph is loose. We can't stop it.
Oh man,
When we
apologies.
tried to sync with the neural control interface, it just completely flipped out. Broke through its containment chamber like it was made out of paper. It killed Michelson, Cobb, and Sumatri in all of 1 minute. I'm not even sure where it is now. It took off deeper into the facility. A security detail went in after it, but good friggin' luck. When I know it's safe, I'm going to make a run for the comm relay. Try to call in the cavalry. This is Hayden Wynn, lead xenobiologist. Wishing he had gone to dentist school like his parents wanted.
Story's so nice, he played it twice.
I'm detecting a safe nearby. We could make use of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipics and a disregard for personal property rights.
We're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terramorph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming.
And another rattler. But this one's cool though, because it has like a bunch of mods on it. So it has like a sight, a compensator, and then armor piercing rounds. So that actually could be worth using. So much like at the end of like a Fallout 4 dungeon, whenever you see one of these like hexagonal boxes, like this is the end of the this is like the loot for the end of the run. Almost like, I think in Fallout 4 they were like a big green crate or something. So it usually has like a whole bunch of credits and stuff that you can build with. And so this is a new backpack, and this actually has like a jetpack boost to it, whereas our original backpack didn't have that. It gave us like a bonus to our protection and stuff, but it didn't have like an actual boost. So now we can hit the jump button again and we can like blast off a little bit. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on weight, but I think I'm actually going to drop this on the floor because we do have a bit much. We also have 4 of these maelstroms. I took these to sell, but I might keep those actually because those are worth a little bit. Yeah, so for now we won't try to like min-max what we're holding.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh.
Indigo dictates
So
that
I should have let that guy talk.
no deviations. We are here to stop.
But instead I threw a grenade and it went through his...
We should now be free.
It stopped his little speech
Constellation's
and
headquarters
ended up blowing him
without
up.
Crimson Fleet interference.
Oh, so he has a purple for us to pick up and a modified Grendel. So theoretically, if we were quick enough, we could run over to that ship that just landed. We could kill everyone on board, and then we could steal that ship and own it. But I'm willing to bet this is a scripted event.
You
Ooh.
avoid falls from that height unless you are properly equipped with a jetpack.
So I tried to jetpack just then, and it didn't work. So I don't know. Maybe this jetpack didn't have a jetpack on it. So thankfully this planet has low gravity, and yeah, I see the door shut and blasted off. But yeah, this planet has low gravity, so I didn't hurt myself too bad. But yeah, that was a little bit less fancy than I was trying to be. So what did we do just then? Did we... Yeah, so we finished it apparently. Oh, that's pretty cool. There's like a crashed ship right there. Yeah, the way they did their maps was pretty fun. I'm half tempted to go over to that structure, but I think I kind of want to stay on track and not get too lost. There's plenty of time to get lost in this game, and we will. But I think for, at the very least, the first episode, we want to try to keep it a little tight. Before we get on the ship, though, I want to look at this backpack that we got. Because I would have sworn that we got something with a jetpack in it. Basic boost pack, yeah. Maybe you need a sturdy... Maybe you need... I think there's a thing called boost pack training. I think there's a like a perk that you can get. You receive 1 skill point every time you level up. Each skill also unlocks a challenge. Yeah, the way they did the perks in this game was a little different too, but I thought they were pretty fun. So we start off with a few. We start off with ballistics. So like you get ballistics 1, and then you have to kill 20 enemies with the ballistic weapon to like actually unlock the perk and be able to spend a point on it. Yeah, I'll have to do some research in regard to... I think, yeah, see, boost pack training. So you can get a boost pack apparently and not even be able to use it because you don't have the training. So that's us right now, I guess. So that might be a smart perk to... Yeah, that's one thing about this game that I love too, though, is like you see that thing in the distance and it makes you want to go explore, you know? Let's actually spend our first perk on the boost pack training. Cool. Alright, so that'll this is just like a basic boost pack, and it just kinda lets us like, it's almost like a double jump. But we'll get better ones that allow us to actually like fly around a little bit more.
To reach the line launch, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis. Do not worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
Starship Frontier, this is United Colony Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
So there's like a whole host of illegal things that you can find out in the world, and you can like bring them to like a almost like a fence who will buy and sell stolen goods. But if you have those things on your ship, when you try to enter like a civilized planet, you'll get, I don't know if you get penalized or if you get like I don't know, maybe you get arrested. I really don't remember. One thing I love is like the scale of the ships and stuff. This is like a relatively small ship, but you can end up like the base building in this game, not great. The shipbuilding is perfect.
And here's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo.
Cool.
Okay, no problem.
Oh yeah, that's another thing they added too. So they added like this little buggy that you can drive around on planets.
Everything looks good here.
When this game first came out, there was no like car vehicle that you could use on like the planets. You had to run everywhere, and people did not love that. All right, so the two. All right, so I'll sell that Rattler. I'll sell 3 of the Maelstroms. I'll sell that Grendel that has no attachments on it. And I have the worst habit of like keeping stuff for someday, and then someday never comes. So I'll try to be better about that. Like the Rattler, like I'm not going to use this. I don't think I'm going to use it. But maybe I should though, because it's better than the Eon, and the Eon uses the same bullets as the Grendel. So maybe I should get rid of the Eon and then have the Rattler be my pistol of choice. Yeah, you know what? Let's try that. That sounds fun. That's like a new thing that compared to my old other playthroughs that I did. Then yeah, and then this shoots different bullets than the Equinox. So like right now we have one gun that shoots its own bullet for each bullet. We don't have any extra space suits. We do have extra. Yeah, so I'm gonna sell this blue pack, and I'm gonna sell this other blue pack, purple one, because having something that protects us from alien animals, I think, is pretty cool. Hazmat, yeah, see the hazmat suit, it's like almost kind of just it's just for looks, like it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, so we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of the mines, because those, like, I'm never going to use landmines. And then I'll keep all this stuff for now. I don't think I'm going to be doing much building, but you never know. Oh, the wire spools, I was picking those up thinking that they were crafting, but those aren't. You don't do any crafting with those. Cool. But we do need to equip that backpack. Cool.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not go unanswered. We'll get you settled into your new assignments as soon as possible. For you, Bobby, that includes meeting your new foster parent.
My parents aren't dead. They just took a different shuttle. I'll see them when they get here.
Oh, well, of course, that's sure possible. We'll just...
Helena Chambers, ID SSCOM 1327 HCHA. I was the station administrator. I'll need to report to Mast ASAP for a full debrief. My treatment thus far has been entirely unacceptable.
Any authority you had was forfeit the moment House Varun zealots breached the station's perimeter, and you failed to initiate proper evacuation protocols. Thank you for your service. We'll find you a new position commensurate with your experience. And
I wanna-
Mr. Bosch, let me just say how
I want to move forward with the
honored I
story,
am
but I kind of want to listen to this. I wonder if this is like a base that we can try to go reclaim.
Well, just glad I still remember my flight basics. It had been a while. So was shooting a gun.
I read all about New Atlantis. So cool. Is it true the Nat train goes 5,000 miles an hour? Or that citizens get special discounts? Or that the whole city celebrates when it's your birthday? Mine's June 11th, by the way. My parents took me to Aquila City last year. It kind of smelled, but I don't smell anything here.
No, yes, no, and I will certainly mark June 11th on my calendar. As for Aquila City, well, the air purifiers here in New Atlantis are state-of-the-art.
Ugh, Aquila City? Oh, don't even get me started on those simpletons.
Little unfair, don't you think?
Man, they're just going on and on, huh?
Rangers helped me out quite a bit a couple years back. Got ambushed by spacers near Narion. They assisted, no questions asked. Even helped with some repairs so I could do an emergency jump home. Good people.
In any event, you all must be exhausted. Just give me a moment to coordinate some details with security.
Not now.
Wow.
What? No, just go away.
Guess you caught some of that, huh? The galaxy is at peace and somehow seems more dangerous than ever. Spacers, House Varun, Crimson Fleet, everyone trying to grab their piece. What happened to the early days, huh? When we just float through the stars and dream. Really? You must have been hiding under a moon rock your whole life if you've managed to dodge those assholes. They're basically a bunch of space scumbags. Fly around, attack, and rob anyone they see. They're pretty disorganized and easy to fend off until they aren't. They're a different beast than the Crimson Fleet. Generally speaking, pirates want your stuff, so they can occasionally be reasoned with. Spacers, though, they tend to shoot first and ask questions never. Another time, then.
The Spacers are a fun faction to fight against. When this game launched, they kind of just looked like any other.
Staring at trees, sounds upset. Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
When the citizens talk, it is so loud in my ears. The Spacers just kind of looked like any other faction, like they looked like everybody. But there was a mod that came out that completely redesigned them, and I downloaded that mod, so they'll look actually pretty cool. The city was fun because it felt like pretty lived in. There's like banks and restaurants and a train and all that stuff. The train's basically
New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT.
It's just a loading screen, really, but
It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the mast.
I love how I just left Vasco on the platform. So basically, we woke up out of our coma. We fended off those pirates that came, the Crimson Fleet, and we took the ship from Barrett and then we went to the pirate base just to make sure.
Quite aesthetically pleasing, or so Barrett has told
Just
me.
to make sure that
New
they didn't
Atlantis
keep
relies
fighting
on
us.
Advanced hydroelectrics for most of its power.
And then now we're here. So like we're at New Atlantis. We're gonna go back to the base that Barrett was supposed to go back to. And we're gonna see what this is all about. We're gonna start the story, and I think we're actually gonna end it here and pick that back up in episode 2. So thank you for hanging out and checking out the new game that I'm gonna try to put some time into.
A United Colonies city.
And Vasco is so rude.
Is an entirely neutral entity and always has been.
Thank you for your input, Vasco. So like I was saying, thank you very much for hanging out and for checking out my channel and watching along with me and hanging out. Feel free to leave a comment, just say hey, or let me know about some weird mission that you found in this game that maybe I missed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one where we'll enter the lodge.
The door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside.
If I could shoot Vasco out of a rocket to the moon right now, I would do it. Thank you, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.